Are you intrigued by history and science that have contested explanations? Ever thought, I'm definitely smarter than my friends, but not as smart as the experts? Then join Craig and Dave as they explore the mysteries of who the why the and how the will they actually find the answers? Probably not, but they'll have a good time trying. Welcome to Craig and Dave's Sci-Piece.
All right, welcome back to another episode of Craig and Dave's Sci-Piece.
We're back.
We're back
Yeah.
after the holidays.
After the holidays, yeah.
Woo!
Yep.
Well, actually, I guess we only took 1 week off.
Yeah, we did. We did release an episode this week, at the
Yes.
beginning of the week.
Yeah.
And then and we'll get another one out for tomorrow and
Oh, yeah. Oh, shit.
you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I'm excited to be back. Fine, we got some good stuff to talk about. We didn't draw
We didn't.
a topic, but it worked out because there was something we wanted to talk about.
Yeah. You mentioned it a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
And I wanted to come back to it. Before we get into it, though, we've updated the set. We have
Yeah.
our state-of-the-art chalkboard now, so
Yep.
you know what we're talking about.
Yep.
Thanks to my dad, because he's old and needs to be able to see things all the time. And also our new mascot,
Yep.
Pygmy Gates.
Pygmy Gates.
Pygmy Gates.
Yeah.
That's-
So we're very Josh forward.
Yeah.
I guess you would say.
Santa Claus brought me Josh Gates. He was
Yeah,
standing under my
right?
stocking for Christmas.
That's awesome.
I got to
That's
put him
awesome.
up.
Yeah, exactly. Can never have too much Josh.
Never have too much Josh
know?
Gates. In fact, if Josh Gates were sitting in here with us, still not enough
Still
Josh
not
Gates.
enough Josh Gates.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Still not enough. I want more. Give me more Josh.
Yep. Oh man, so what do we got this week?
So you and I have talked about it. It came up a few weeks ago.
Yeah,
we talked about
We did
that.
talk about it in the last episode. We just mentioned it.
Yeah, and we mentioned that the wooden structure that was found in Africa,
Yes.
and it was notched wood that's almost 500,000 years old.
Yeah. They've got it to about like they say 475,000 to 500,000 years old.
Right. And it's, which, all right, let that sink in. That's wild.
That's 500,000 years.
500,000 years.
Yep.
Which is ridiculous to think about.
Ridiculous.
Because 100 years ago, we didn't have electricity everywhere. Right.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. We didn't have, people weren't even shitting in their houses.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It's true.
But it's true, you know? You got to go outside, like, into the little...
That's when we were hunter-scatterers.
Yeah.
But no, so at the place, it's right around, I think, Kalambo Falls. I don't know how it's pronounced.
Yeah, Kalambo Falls.
With a K.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, so they found there 2 timbers that have been worked by human hands. They're one of them, the end is like tapered,
Yeah.
almost like a sharpened pencil,
Yeah.
right? And notched, and they fit together.
Rest on top of the other one.
Right, so it's
Yeah.
notched out, so the round timber doesn't roll off. It kind of locks in.
Yeah, and they think it was some sort of platform or even the foundation to a hut.
Whatever. Here's what it was. It was a wooden structure that
Yes.
they wanted to keep in place.
Yes.
I don't need any further explanation to be freaking amazed by this.
Yeah, exactly.
500,000 years ago, people were like, not even people, old human.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah. Yeah, right?
Homo somethings.
Sapiens.
Sapiens.
I don't know, some type of thing. But
Some type of sapiens.
yeah, they weren't erectus.
No.
But only early in the morning.
But no, they were putting there their Homo erectus set.
Yeah, yeah.
That's a bad joke. I'm sorry.
But no, but it's true. So this is a point that's supposed to, like, they say that modern human, they haven't been able to nail it down exact, but like 100,000, 300,000 years old. This predates that by possibly 200,000 years.
A quarter of a million years.
Yeah, pretty much a quarter of a million years. And it's crazy to me that, because they talk about like Neanderthal and how they did use tools, you know, because they made weapons, they made spears, they did do that stuff.
Yeah, and we've known that. Like we knew that, but
Yeah.
you can also point to animals that use tools, like sea otters and birds that use rocks and sticks and things.
Yeah.
But
And,
this is
you got
different.
You got orangutans. Orangutan?
Tan. There's no G.
Orangutan, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Using spears.
Yeah,
They're spear fishing now.
yeah, it's amazing.
It's crazy. And there's videos of it. You can look it up, and they're in the wild. It's not like somebody taught them how to do
Right.
this.
Yep.
You know? But so that goes to show, you know, using tools is one thing. Engineering a
Permanent structure.
permanent structure is something different.
it's
There's a lot more thought involved in this.
Right.
And-
Which to me also suggests it was happening long before this.
Long
because they
before
knew
that.
how to do it.
Because they knew how to do it. Somebody did it before. It wasn't the first one.
Right. It wasn't like some sapien woke up and was like, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna be a carpenter now.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
I build homes now.
Yeah, I build homes now, exactly.
No, but they had, first of all, they had to develop the tools over the course of I don't know how many years to know how to work wood.
Like, okay, yeah, this knocks chunks out of the wood.
And then they said, oh, you know, if we lay them perpendicular to each other, and then if we do this, and they built something they wanted it to stay there
Even if it was just a small platform to keep them off the ground
when they slept.
is still amazing.
Yeah.
Because it's not like they were just like, oh, grab a bunch of moss and throw it on the ground and we'll sleep on that because it's soft. They were like,
They're like, no, we're in Africa, dummy. There is no moss.
there is no moss. That's right.
There's no moisture anywhere.
Yeah.
No.
But I mean, and it's located in this place, the bottom of the falls, so there's obvious resources there. Water being one, the main one.
Yeah.
You know, and when you have a place like that, you know you have vegetation growing around it.
Yeah.
And animals coming to it to drink. It's going to be a drinking hole, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you know, a watering hole for
Anything.
anything.
For your food source.
Yeah, and they're just like, we're setting up shop here, you know. And we actually talked about this a little bit before. We talk about hunter gatherers all the time that were always moving, but you have to think about when the winter came. Where were they going?
Right.
They had to settle for a like. You've got to somehow settle in a place. Get yourself a little shelter, whether it's a cave or
Something.
And
wouldn't it be nice if you had the same spot to come back to when it was already ready?
Yeah, exactly.
If they were smart enough to build this, they were thinking about stuff like that.
They were thinking about stuff like that because you've got the winter is coming. I mean, granted, it was Africa and it's not
Still winter.
but it's still winter.
Got
and
down
still,
to like 70.
you know. But I mean, you had things, and who knows? I mean, at that time, you know what I mean. Well, I guess at that time it was pretty damn hot. You know what I mean? Because that's pre-ice age.
Pre-ice age.
So it has,
This is before ice.
yeah, before ice. But they set up this structure because you think if you're gonna kill a bunch of food, like say you kill a bunch of animals and you clean them, you skin them, you clean them, and you prepare this meat. You're not just gonna like throw it out.
No, because that'll
or
attract bigger predators.
So you're gonna store it somehow. You're gonna do something with it.
Yep.
And have it for a couple of days at least.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so you're stocking up on food because you know there's probably like a winter time where things slow down, growth slows down. There's a
Animals
growth season.
migrate.
Animals
with
migrate.
seasons.
Yeah.
Yep.
So they've got to stock up. They've got to store. Usually they would follow animals on migration paths and stuff.
But who doesn't?
But yeah,
Modern hunters follow animals on routes and things.
yeah, exactly.
We're talking again 500,000 years ago.
500,000 years ago.
And the
Which is insane.
One of the wild parts about this is around that same site they have found like tools. They found like poles to dig ditches and
digging
tools.
sticks. Yeah,
Digging sticks. I couldn't think of the word digging stick. Yeah, but they found these other tools around that site that are younger than the site by like 150,000 years.
yeah.
Which means that site's been used for hundreds of thousands of years.
Yeah, people use that site, and we talked about this before because of the location, because of the available resources. You're gonna set up next to water,
Right.
You're gonna set up next to
Where do most
food.
people live right now?
Yeah,
Within 10 or 50 miles of the water.
yeah, exactly. And even something like you think
Unless
about,
you're Canadian, then you live within 10 or 50 miles of the United States.
yeah, yeah. But the thing is, like, the thing I think about too is when nighttime came back then, it wasn't like you were like, oh, I'm gonna
turn
curl
in.
up and turn. Yeah, I'm gonna turn in. Like, you're like, I might die in my sleep tonight because there's some gigantic creatures out there that want me as food.
Right.
So
Yeah.
you needed to protect yourself a little bit. You needed some sort of shelter to protect yourself, whether it was just a strategic place with their, having their back to a cliff.
Right.
You know what I mean? Or something like that.
Even
I
like
could,
you said, just sleeping off the ground.
sleeping off the ground, sleeping away from, sleeping off the ground because you got stuff crawling around,
Insects,
biting
snakes,
you, stinging
small rodents. And yeah.
Yeah. So it's almost just a natural thought eventually to be like, well, I can't keep sleeping on the ground.
Yeah.
Glug died yesterday. You know what I mean? Like, because
We always come fishing here.
yeah.
Always come fishing right here.
yeah, exactly.
I'm tired of sitting on this rock.
Yeah, exactly. So things like that. They're just like, all right, we gotta do something.
Yeah. And they did.
and they did. And for everybody, for people to think for thousands of years, people were just walking around like, bah, bah. Like, you know what I mean? Yeah. With no knowledge of anything.
Like they had no memory.
Yeah,
None.
exactly.
We can teach dogs how to do things,
Yeah.
right? And they learn things on their own.
And they learn things on their own. Exactly.
Why would ... sapiens be any different?
Any different? Yeah, exactly.
And we don't even know if they're what branch of our evolution of the tree they came off of.
Yeah, exactly. And the other thing too is you talk about, like, you mentioned dogs. We know that early humans used dogs.
Yeah, those footprints they found, was it in a French cave? They found a little kid's footprints and a dog, right next to him,
right on the side of it. Yeah,
which is amazing.
yeah, exactly.
Amazing.
And they knew it was a little bit of protection, early warning.
Yeah.
For other animals and stuff like that, approaching and protection. Like I said, and it's funny because you get big creatures that are like, I ain't messing with that dog.
Right.
You
Yeah.
know?
Just enough.
Yeah, exactly. So and that's why they started keeping them around. Like,
They learn.
yeah,
You learn, and this was part of that process. And
Yep.
what it still gets me is the age.
yeah,
The age and the span of time that, with the few things we found, it was used.
it was used.
It's half a million years.
500,000 years. And that brings us to the point that we talked about before as well. We were just talking about it. I don't think we talked about it on the show.
Yeah, I don't watch
Those-
this show, so I don't know.
Yeah. But what we've done since recorded history, which started Sumerians, right?
It's about 6,000 years.
6,000 years.
Yeah.
That we know, okay, writing came about, civilization came up.
Yeah, when we as a species started keeping track of what we were doing.
Yeah.
6,000-ish years.
6,000-ish years.
Yeah.
Right. And you have this, we went in 6,000 years, we went from that to where
Landing on
the moon.
Yeah.
And actually launching spaceships to Mars and
Yeah.
and all this stuff. It's insane, the technology that we have.
In
That's just
6,000
in
years.
6,000 years. So you're telling me for 494,000 years, they were just like,
Nothing else.
what? Oh yeah. Hey, check this out. Yeah. Oh, look what I made a sharp stick. Like that, like, no. And I don't think that's the case.
Was it a scientist or an archaeologist? that they were talking
Archaeologist.
about?
He was talking about how many 6,000 year periods have there been between certain cataclysms
That we will never
that
know
we will
about.
never know about. Exactly. Like this structure is, yes, it's 500,000 years old, but it was just preserved. It just happened to be in the perfect spot.
Right conditions.
The right conditions. Exactly.
It's like fossilized dinosaur bones. Like
Yeah.
we've found like virtually none of them.
Yep.
And
Exactly.
it just had to be the perfect conditions for that to happen.
Exactly. And you know what's funny though? You look at places like where we know there were massive glaciers.
Yeah.
Like Indiana,
Yep.
Illinois, places like that. No dinosaur bones have ever been found there. No. Because they were ground to powder.
That's what I was just gonna say is if we talk about like
Yeah.
glaciers, even with everything that we have today,
Yeah.
it would just grind it down to nothing.
To nothing.
I think it could go right through. Pick a large city.
Yeah.
We live near Boston, right? If there was a glacier that slowly took over Boston, it would turn to dust.
Yeah.
And in 500,000 years, they would find minerals.
Minerals. Yeah,
That's it.
exactly. That's it. Because you think about it, that thing, the way a glacier grows and moves, it would just. I mean, look at
Pulverizes
if you
things.
go to like New Hampshire, the granite state. If you
Yeah.
and you walk around and you look at all those rocks, like there's these just gigantic rocks laying around, and you're like, the glaciers put those there.
Yeah.
That's why they're stacked on top of each other. As it receded and melted, the rocks are just like doom, doom, doom.
Done. Yeah.
But it's picking
pushed
up
those around, yeah.
It pushed these gigantic, huge, mountain-sized rocks
Right.
all over the place, and
It just gouges the earth.
yeah. So think about like you said, like a city like Boston. Now think about it with a half a mile of ice on top of it.
Right. Right.
You know what I mean? And moving constantly.
Gone.
Gone.
You'll never know about it.
Gone. Just gone.
Or you'll find such small pieces that you won't know what to think about them.
Yeah, exactly.
Even how we preserve, like you talked about recorded history. Like everything we now have now is digital.
Yeah.
As soon as the power goes out, that's all gone.
That's gone.
Gone.
We've lost
Everything.
everything.
Right?
Everything. Like I mean, there's
We have a
nothing- yeah.
digital Library of Alexandria.
Yeah.
Gone.
Exactly.
And the power going out is big fire.
Yep.
That was a good analogy.
That was a good now. I do like that.
I'm going to write that down. I should have something to write that down.
Yeah.
We should record this.
We should. But it's true though. Like I mean, think about right now. Like we write everything on the thing that degrades the most and the fastest on paper, right? And then.
And
I
that's
mean-
our secure source.
And that's our secure source, yeah. Because then digitally, it could just go away tomorrow. Like tomorrow, it could go away right now.
Yeah.
Gone forever, and you just never get it back.
Yeah.
And it's crazy. And what would happen? Like say, like right now, if there was some sort of cataclysm, something happened, and all that information is erased. You have to rebuild that. You have to rewrite those books. You have to rewrite those things. Who's going to do it? Hopefully, whoever's left. And not everybody that is left is gonna know.
No.
They'll
know
might
little
how
things
to,
here.
yeah, like how to sharpen a stick.
Right. And
You know,
if we notch this piece of wood, we can stack it on top
Yeah.
so I don't have to sleep on the ground.
Yeah, exactly.
So there's how many of those, like you said, 6,000-year blocks have happened over the course of the 15 billion years this planet's been around?
Yeah. So Earth is what 4.5 billion years old. They estimate, right? So 4.5
Based
billion,
on what we know.
Yeah, based on what we know, 4.5 billion years. So we know life. I mean, life started like almost 1 billion years ago.
Yeah.
Like single-celled organisms and stuff, and then you had dinosaurs, and went through all these.
Yeah.
There was different cycles. Obviously, it wasn't just dinosaurs, but
Right.
you went into that, then that went away. There's been more species that have gone extinct than exist currently.
Yeah.
That's mind-blowing too, because if you think about how many species are on this planet right now, it's mind-boggling. It's in the millions.
Yeah.
Between insects
And there's billions
everything.
more that we'll never know about.
And we still find stuff today. They just found some animal like 2 weeks ago. Like, what the fuck is that?
Dude, I just saw they just found a spider that had a tail.
Yeah.
Spiders used to have tails.
Yeah.
Imagine that.
Yeah, exactly.
Like face huggers for real.
Yeah. Right?
Yeah. I know you're not feeling that.
No, I don't like it. I don't like it at all. But that's what I mean. Like, so there's still all these things that are still discovered today. So we know, again, there's millions of species, and there have been more have gone extinct than exist currently.
Crazy.
That's crazy. So if you think, even if you said, all right,
why would our species be any different in what we've accomplished?
And if we say primates, because mammals survived after the dinosaur.
Yep.
Mammals survived, and you've got primates and all this stuff coming from that time. So even if you said, okay, humans, like Homo sapiens, I guess, right?
Watch it.
Are 1 million years old.
Yeah.
Right, at least. You know what I mean?
Gotta be.
I would say, safe to say, 1 million years old. 1 million years is a long time.
It is. And it's not long at all compared to 4.5 billion years that the planet's been around.
Exactly. So, but like I said, 1 million years. So, and I'm not saying that all of a sudden, there was a civilization that was launching people to the moon.
No.
But I am saying there was a civilization that was building.
It was way more
cities.
Advanced than we'll ever know.
Yeah, they were building just like you see villages, cities.
Yep.
I think that is perfectly acceptable.
It's more illogical to think that it didn't happen.
That it didn't happen. Exactly.
It just
Exactly.
when you really step back and think about how old some of these things are, like what we're talking about, there's no dispute how old this site is.
Exactly.
So when you think about that, there were creatures, our ancestors, that were building permanent structures 500,000 years ago.
Yep.
It's ridiculous to think that nothing else happened ever over the course of 1 million years.
Exactly.
It's dumb.
Exactly. And you see how things advance. Like technology advances to a point where, like you said, you go back 100 years, some people still didn't have plumbing in their house.
Right.
Electricity. Everybody's riding horses.
Yeah.
Right? Now we're cruising around in cars. No flying cars yet, which was disappointing because when I was a kid, I was like, by 2000, flying cars.
It's easy.
But but you had the Wright brothers and landing on the moon in like 50
years.
50 years.
50 years.
A 50-year span. We went from the guy on a beach, like we glided 200 feet. This is amazing.
Right.
And now, then you got Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin walking on the moon.
Right. Yeah.
It's insane how fast it happens, and there's tons of, I think there's certain technologies that even in recorded history we don't use that we don't use anymore because they've almost become obsolete because we don't make certain things, but they were pretty advanced.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. You think I'll give an example just popped in mind is like the aqueducts. Like in Rome, like they carried fresh water for hundreds of miles.
For hundreds of miles, yeah.
The engineering that had to go into making that is, it hurts my brain to think about how they do that. So the technology, they did what they had to at the time.
Yeah.
And that worked. Like, they're like, we want water in the city. All right, well, to do that, we got to build a long ramp.
Yeah, exactly.
And then they did. And most of it's still standing.
It's still there. Yeah, exactly. And now think about like that. Talk about like almost like lost technology. So the Romans, they had plumbing in their homes.
Yeah.
Not only did they have running water, they had running hot water.
Yeah.
They would heat the water through fire into their homes, right? Mm-hmm. Then the Romans went away, and everybody's like, well, I guess I'm using this chamber pot.
Yeah.
And just throwing it out their window into the street like savages.
This is the Dark Ages. Yeah.
Yeah. But, so you went from actually having working plumbing in your home and these advancements, that civilization goes away.
And the technology's
And
lost
the
with them.
technology's lost with them. Everybody's like, what are those giant things?
They're like, oh, maybe they weren't so bad.
Yeah.
I should have paid my taxes.
Or they were like, the devil did that, knock it down. You know what I mean? Like, so, but, it's crazy. But that's what, but just in that time of recorded history, we lost
And had to
certain
relearn
technology
things.
and relearn things. Like,
Yep.
why weren't when the Romans did aqueducts? Why wasn't everybody else in the world that went there like, this is nuts?
Yeah.
Like, that's awesome.
Yeah. Why wouldn't we do this?
Why wouldn't we do this? Yeah.
Yep.
And
Yeah.
even if you couldn't yourself do it, you could come back and to some guy that lives in your village. Say you went to Rome as a trader and you came back
He's like,
and
you
were
wouldn't
like,
believe what they had.
you wouldn't believe what they had. I was inside the building. There was running water
Yeah.
inside the guy's house.
Yeah. Spring water. Yeah.
And you know how they did it? They just built these long things and just tracked the water. And some guy in that village would be like, I think I can figure this out.
I can do that.
You know? But what happened? Why?
Yep.
Why did it go away? You know,
And
things like that.
That's a great example of like things like we get advanced then fall back a little bit. So
Yeah.
like I said, over the course of a 500,000 or million years,
Yep.
it's had to have happened so many times, and there's technology and things out there that we've lost, we'll never know about.
Yep.
And I like things like this. We could do this all day. Like I love
Yeah.
this stuff. Actually, we will.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yep.
But this fascinates me, and like I said, if it was just a one-off, but it was the younger tools that were found at the same site that did it for me. I was like, these people kept coming back.
They kept coming back to the same
For a
spot
long
For a
time.
long time, for whatever reason. Like you said, obviously it's there's falls there, so
Yep.
there's a river, probably a lake.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, there's a steady water source, is
Yeah,
what it is,
a
which
steady
is water,
water
and
source.
it's going to bring food and everything else you need to survive.
Yeah.
So-
Exactly. Yep.
But yeah, it's something that you've said a long time. It's like we've been around way longer than what mainstream archaeology and science says.
Yeah, I really think so. And like I said, I mean, we've said it before. I'm not an expert. I'm not an archaeologist. But I mean, it's pretty much.
It's hard to like.
It's hard to say it's not. And the stubbornness of some of the mainstream archaeology to say no. And I'm not saying like, oh, they're stupid. I'm not saying that at all. But they just don't want to. They're like, well, we haven't really found the evidence, even though some of they have.
They have.
You know?
Yeah.
But they'll just deny it. You know what I mean?
That-
Not
and that-
deny it, but they're like, oh, well, maybe it was this.
I don't know.
Yeah.
We need to do more. Just that's why we talk about this. It's like we get frustrated by the same things. Like just look at it and think about it logically.
Yeah.
Like you said, we're not the smartest guys in the world. We'd look at it from just a normal perspective. Is like, why would someone build a structure in a spot? Because they want to keep coming back to it.
And the crazy thing is one person builds that platform, and the other guys are like, I want one.
Yeah.
You know, like, I want
Now
one
you
of
have a
those.
town.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
You know, and
And the one guy that didn't want to contribute but still wants a house.
yeah, you're right.
It's always that guy.
But the funny thing is, like, so you've got a portion of the structure, and if you could argue where's the rest of if you're saying they built more, where's the rest of them? It's not a complete structure.
No,
for one
it's like
thing.
a corner.
It's just, but it survived somehow.
Right.
It got buried, and
Yeah.
that part
That
got
soil
preserved.
and that spot worked.
And you get a little eddy on the corner of that building after
Yeah.
a massive flood. You know, a little eddy right there. That thing doesn't move, and it gets covered in silt, and then that's it. And all the other stuff was just wiped
Gone.
away,
Yep.
gone.
Yeah.
You know, that's the way things happen.
But
Perfect
it's-
situations have to happen for things to be preserved for
Yeah.
that long.
Right. And like
You
I
know?
said, I don't need to know what that structure is. All I need to know is that it was hand worked wood that was notched to fit together.
Yes.
Like that, to me, that says all that you need to know about it. I don't care if
Exactly.
it was a house, a dock, freaking a deck to tan hides on. I don't know.
Exactly.
But they built something.
Yep.
500,000 years ago.
500,000 years ago.
Freaking wild.
Yep.
Well, I feel like this episode's going on for 500,000
Yeah.
years.
Right.
Love to hear your thoughts, though, on the Kalambo Falls structures and anything
Yeah,
else that you
definitely.
think about. We do have an email at cdscipiece@gmail.com. So shoot us an email. We'd love to talk about your topic. Tell us where we're wrong, why we're wrong, and we'll pick on you in the next episode.
Yeah. Exactly.
No, no,
Yep,
we have social
no.
media too, right?
We do. CD side piece on Facebook.
Okay.
That's really all we got. We don't.
Yeah, we're not that smart.
I'm not huge social, but I guess we probably
Whatever.
Probably should do.
I think
some
we
other
do
stuff.
Facebook. Yeah, whatever.
You know, but we do Facebook. But you can follow us on YouTube and
Oh, yeah, we do
Spotify. Yeah.
See, we're more technical.
we're
See,
not
we're
bad.
yeah, right.
Yeah, we're doing all right.
We're still old.
But yeah, but I mean, like, follow, subscribe, helps the show out. You know, comment, rate the show, whatever it is. If I ever say smash that like button on this show, the show is over.
Fair enough.
The show is over.
Fair
I
enough.
quit. I'll sign out of Facebook. You'll never see
Done.
me on social media again.
Erased from history.
Yeah. Exactly.
Nice. All right. So if you have a topic you'd like us to talk about, let us know. But in the meantime, Craig, why don't you pick one for our next
right.
episode?
So our next episode, on the
Kailasa Temple.
Kailasa Temple. That's how I couldn't pronounce it. I didn't want
Hell
to say
yeah.
it.
I love this
Yeah,
one.
I'm definitely down for that. So that'll be our next episode. We'll talk about that one. And thanks for checking us out. Hope you liked it.
Hi, Josh Gates.
Hi, Josh Gates. You can see he's still hanging with us. Thanks, guys.
Love it.
Thank you.